Welcome back!
Yes!
Unbelievable. Episode 18. We are now on episode 18. Unbelievable. Last week we had, or 2 weeks ago, we had episode number 17 where we had Doctora Melanie Rodriguez. Woo! Man, that was exciting. It took about 3 months to coordinate that appointment. Okay? So now that we're moving on to episode 18, we went through the Brunch Comedy Showcase.
Brunch Comedy Showcase.
We had that. What did you guys think about that event? Tell us a little bit about what you guys thought about the event, please.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun.
Good.
More fun than I might have thought in a chicken shop, doing comedy,
right.
With the sun out and a few kids running around. So yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, I had a blast. That was super fun. I mean, my Spanish teacher from high school was like front row, so that was that was interesting. Yeah, she failed me a few times.
Oh, were you the class clown?
No, just asleep all the time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right,
But I had a good time.
Good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. So now we've gone through that event, we've thrown out invitations, we set up time for the secondary event, follow-up for that event. It's a Brunch Comedy Part 2. So we're going to try to continue this pattern, hopefully through the end of the year. We'll see how many times we can engage with you guys and have some fun conversations. Have conversations about local environment, stuff, things that we can engage with, have a good time, engage in business owners, people that are interested in growing our local connections, our local, what would be the word? Our local influence.
Absolutely.
As we grow. Mr. Cinto, our co-host.
I'm here. I am present. I am here. And I want to introduce having said that, our comedians here. This is Kenjamin Alonzo. You can find him at Kenjamin Alonzo.
The Kenjamin
The
84.
Kenjamin 84. But your Twitter is the Kenjamin Alonzo, I believe.
It's the Kenjamin 84. That might be like my full name.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
on there.
Okay.
But yeah, my Twitter?
Yeah, your Twitter, I think, was just your name. I think. I was stalking y'all today, just to let you know.
I barely use Twitter, but it should be the same as my Instagram.
Okay, cool.
Which is
we're going to put the
Kenjamin84.
description, we're going to put his information there at the bottom, so click on it. And then we have Mr. Danny Guerrero.
Hello.
He's here as well. So Danny, tell us specifically your experience with the Brunch Comedy Show. Can you give us some specific details so you can give folks an idea of what to expect the next time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was super fun. Like, I didn't really know what to expect walking in. And then, as time went on, I see, just the production quality of everything. I see just people setting up cameras. The crowd was looking nice. It was just a fun time. Yeah, I had some White Claws. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't pound them White Claws.
No.
I had some White Claws. Every time I saw you, had a new flavor.
And Kenjamin, how'd you feel about the venue and the setup and everything?
So it was, nice and bright. I did see a lot of cameras. It was okay, so they're gonna have some production value. There was a glass behind the stage, so people walking by could hear the comedy. And then after I get off, somebody says that, oh yeah, there was somebody out there recording your ass.
What?
While you were doing your set, I was like, why ain't nobody stopping? Now there's just
Literally your butt?
yeah, my ass is out there doing comedy somewhere. Probably gonna be a TikTok with just my ass telling my jokes. It's gonna make more money than me.
You're gonna make it.
Yeah. Oh, if it's twerking, I'm gonna be pissed. And nobody warned me.
You're gonna be an NFT, man.
Yeah. So that's another thing I gotta watch out for. But yeah.
You're going to get a bill in the mail? Your ass
Awesome.
cash?
I better get royalties in the mail.
That's awesome. Well, we did have it in the back, but luckily when y'all see it, and shout out to Houston Media Source, who's going to be putting that out there for us.
Yeah.
And also to the US We channel, who's going to be putting that out there for us. You're going to be able to see that live. Well, not live, but you'll be able to see that on your television very soon.
Yep.
But we're really excited to have that out there. And I was talking to the folks who are putting the editing and adding it together. They're making it look like they're going to cut that glass so it looks like we're professional, at the Gotham or something in New York. The way that, you're not gonna be able to see too much of that craziness. Yeah, we definitely consider that.
Throw a backdrop on that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're
Every
about.
time that we have an event, we learn. It's a
Yeah.
big factor. You go,
Yeah.
especially in a place like this one where it's relatively new with regards to the environment. So we're checking around. We had to flip a couple of things in the locale to fit what we're trying to portray and to convey. So learning is one of the things. We've got the big framework down, I think, with regards to the communications, with regards to the tools that we're going to need, how we can spread it out, how we can gain content, So I definitely the tickets. So many messages of
Yeah, that's a big one. And one thing I know that the reason I know that it was actually like a fun comedy show is that y'all hung out after. Like most times, y'all know this in the comedy game. Most comics we do a set and bounce, right? But like everybody hung out, everybody was laughing and hanging out and eating. The food was bomb. I mean, the drinks were awesome. I told the owner to make sure to give y'all top shelf stuff only. So like I was making sure that you guys are nice and full, man. So we're really excited about this next one. So August 14th, mark your calendars right now. We're doing it more brunchy, if that's a word. So we're starting a little bit early. So from 12 to 4. We already have the comics lined up. Really excited. The musicians are next. And that was my other question. So how do y'all feel about the music that we had at the brunch comedy show?
Oh, they were good.
Yeah.
I will say this. I liked that you did comedy and then music, and you didn't try to go back forth, because I've seen people try to do that.
A
and
nightmare, dude.
That does not work.
Yeah.
That was definitely something that we were considering. We'll see how it goes. But I got you. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's good to keep people in the mood for comedy, and then afterwards you can put them in the mood for.
Well, y'all know how it is.
Well, thinking about flipping is musicing it up first, and then do the comedy towards the end. We'll see what everybody decides.
Yeah, because of the downtime that y'all know in shows we can never have silence, right? So it's just it's that awkwardness. All right, give it up for this guy, and now wires and connections and that, and that I hate that awkwardness. But that's part of the reason why we had the show that I want to say that long, but in that time frame, because we're gonna edit it so that it's smoother.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna edit all that stuff out. And talking to the producers, looking at it, they said they want to go comic music in the final cut.
Oh, so they can cut that.
Yeah.
Together.
Oh, yeah. And that I get. That'll be smooth if they make it, transition nice. But I mean, again, we'll see. But we're slated for 11 more episodes. So yeah, we're pumped about it. Yeah.
Now, something else that I wanted to mention was with regards to the episodes and with regards to the style, with regards to how we were shooting. Okay, I would like to remind everybody. These are historic episodes. Historic episode number, I think it's like number 3 or 4 historic episode, 18 podcast episode. It's because of the nature that we're digitizing the information. Digitizing the information, which is not just in a 2D plane where people can just go there, but we're doing the whole virtual reality thing. When somebody engages when they do it on the regular screen, you can surround and go yourself in 3D or virtual reality, but if you have the Oculus and you have the tool in order for you to experience the entire environment, that's what we're doing with regards to historic. Okay, there's very little, if not none, that also include a membership, with solutions. Yes. That's what we're doing. We're not just shooting a shot about the brunch. We're doing a whole bunch of things with regards to the strategy. We have a webinar coming up also that kind of lays out some of this stuff. It's not just we're doing one brunch every month. We actually have a full digital strategy that we're putting out to the market with an 11-month number tag on it.
Right.
We have planned that up to New Year's.
Right.
And then each layer plans out as things develop and as things move and as opportunities come up.
Right.
Okay? So the digital strategy is coming August 4th. So you can sign up for that webinar for free. It's a free webinar. You guys can go check it out. Register. It's going to be down below on the descriptions, along with all the other stuff that we talk about during the episode. Okay. Free webinar, how to create a digital strategy in 45 minutes or less. All right. Cool. So we'll see you guys there. There's more stuff to talk about.
Promotions.
Oh!
How do you not look at this thing that we've been staring at forever?
Right.
Yes.
If you're still like, I don't know what's happening, what am I seeing? Or
put your finger, or if you have your cell phone right now, you can literally just go like this with your
Right.
phone. All right, look right there.
That way. So what we have here is a brand new Astros jersey that we are raffling off. No, we're not raffling.
No, number
200 subscribers.
Where are we right now?
That. We are 146.
47.
47. I can count that thing by the second. Is it going?
All right, so our 200 subscriber, you're going to win that jersey right there.
We have a strategy about how you can get this jersey for free. The strategy is tell people to get in. When $1.99 comes up, sign up. Yeah. Subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. We get the notification. You let us know, hey, I'm number 200. Bam, it's your jersey. That's right. You just keep track and send people in.
So also, folks, look out for a survey that's coming very soon. We're going to be giving away some prizes in that as well. If you look at our previous, I think it was episode 15 with Sherry.
Yeah.
That was a quinceañera episode.
Yeah. 15,
Sherry was, she's the painter. We're going to be giving away a free paint session with her to learn how to paint. It's called Intuitive Painting.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a free session with her. Look out for our survey. You fill out our survey, you can set up for that. And then also we're going to be giving away a free session with Doctora Melanie Rodriguez on how to improve yourself in the corporate world, or if you're in the corporate world, how to make yourself better and get into the corporate world anyway.
Yeah.
But we're really excited. So all of our information, click, all the descriptions, all the signups, and we'll make sure you get into those raffles.
Cool. Now, with regards to where you guys seeing the Houston market with regards to entertainment? Okay, you guys are
Great question.
comedians, you guys are entertainers, there's more markets in entertaining. Do you guys have some pattern or something that you think our viewers would like to see from, you know, professionals like you guys that are in the industry?
Well, I think Houston is a wide open market.
Wide open market.
There's so much opportunity for growth when it comes to like entertainment, whether it's comedy or just like performing. Because I mean, there's just so many bars here. You could just go to a bar and probably talk. Not any bar, but you could probably get a deal with the owner. You know, about doing. It could be a comedy open mic. It could be music open mic. People love live events. So I mean, there's a lot of room for growth here. I will say. There's, at least for comedy, there's not a lot of industry, so like you're not gonna make it, like, aside from your brunch show, you're not gonna make it on TV like here, but here you can hone your craft and then take it to New York, LA. So it is a great space to grow. There's a lot of opportunity to do things here. I can only really speak for comedy.
How long have you been a comic?
Since 2018, so like 4 years.
Okay. Was there something in particular that brought you to say, you know what? I'm a comedian. Like, I'm going to identify and I'm going to...
What was the tipping point?
Yeah, sure.
The same thing with most comedians. My life was kind of I wouldn't say it's going to shit, but like usually most people get into comedy as like, you know, they break up with somebody or like
that downward.
Yeah, just like, what the fuck? No, can I curse here?
Why not?
Yeah, what the fuck else do I have to lose, right? So with me, I was this close to getting laid off for a job I wasn't exactly happy with.
Yeah, sure. Exactly happy with you. I mean, they go now. Who cares?
Right.
A job that sucked. You were stuck in a job that sucked.
Yeah, like, it didn't lay me off, but
they do that. You know they do that on purpose. They make you miserable because they don't want to pay you workers' comp.
I got close.
Just saying.
They actually did lay me off. Just not that. Maybe like 2 years later. But,
You know,
it was like oil and gas. So every time the price of oil drops, it's like, hey, we ain't got no projects. So come Monday, it might be. So I was just like, you know what? People can tell me to get into comedy. Let me just go.
So all people egged you on and were like, hey,
for like a decade, but
a decade.
You're just like always a smart ass, or you're always like the class clown, or
I was never a class clown. In fact, I never really taught when I was younger. I kind of opened up when I went to college, and then, you know, people told me I was funny. I was like, all right, whatever.
Did you do open mics and stuff?
Not till I did one in 2017.
Oh, what egged you to think, I'm gonna do an open mic?
The very first time in 2017, I just told my friend I was going to do it because he one of my good friends from college, he had been doing improv. He did a few open mics. He's like, you should go try it out. And I went. This is back when the improv here still had
open mic. I remember that
when they had their bar.
Yeah.
Like,
it
was like January 2017. And I went up and I was like, okay, that was all right. And then I didn't get on stage like a year and a half later.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that was 2018, which is what I say is my official start, because that's when I started and I didn't stop from there.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
That's when I just kept rolling.
So you've seen it grow. You've seen this. You have an interesting perspective because you've seen it before COVID and after COVID, as far as like comedy.
Before, during,
and after. So what would you say as far as like Houston? I know that Austin exploded because of everybody moving from California, but I mean, as far as Houston in that time, and you feel like we're progressing, or we're like in the same spot?
Wow. All right, I might get in trouble depending on who listens. Because
let's see. How much trouble can you get in? I've got reality episode of the Premium Advantage.
I got a little bit of a gripe with Austin, and it's more so. I think there's probably a lot of opportunity in Austin. I don't think there's just a lot of diversity in their audience.
Sure.
Which means there's not a lot of diversity in the thought of the comics. There's some great comics coming out of Austin, but then there's also some like, because I've heard stories, and then I went there, and I was just like, oh, there's no black people, so y'all are getting away with saying a lot of wild shit on stage. Like, I was saying a lot of wild stuff because there's no diversity. Like, there's nobody in the audience to check them. There's no other comics to check them, so they're getting away.
Wow.
And then they'll come to Houston.
Hold on,
We're diverse.
Am I hearing like an equation with regards to like it's like boxing to some degree? It's like, yeah, you talk like this because there's no change, but then when you start mixing in everything, you see a different level of stuff getting up.
They'll come to Houston, and and some of them do really well, and I assume that those are the ones who travel, who like really hone their craft.
Gotcha.
But and it's not to single out Austin, because I've seen similar comics here, and it's like when you're only going to the same mics, like when you're only dealing with the same audience. Like, you got to be able to make everybody laugh.
Yeah, well, I assume, it's just an assumption. That's a reason why comics maybe tour. They go out to try to test different audiences and go do it.
It's got to work in the South. It's got to work in the North. It's got to work in the East. It's got to work in the West.
I see.
You got to.
So would you say touring is kind of an equation with regards to a comedy? Like you should tour once a year or once every so often so that you can get peppered around? I'm just asking.
Well,
what I'm hearing.
I mean, there's a lot of roads to comedy. So I mean, it depends on like what you consider touring. Going to Austin, touring is going to Louisiana. Gotcha. I do think you need to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Get out of your comfort zone. That's actually what I was thinking of.
Yeah, because some people can tour around just depending on like your work situation. Other people, like, I can't.
Gotcha. You know what? I definitely appreciate you guys stepping out of your comfort zone in this particular scenario. It's actually out of ours, mine too. In the sense that this is not typical. Having an episode like this where you're taking a bunch of risks and you're going, let's just shoot it and see how this goes. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, would you mind sharing a little bit of your experience also with regards to comedy? How long did you start?
Yeah. I probably started like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Awesome, man.
Wow, look at you.
So it still feels like, it's still relatively new to it. But just I've been trying to do that, just what Kenji said, just hit up different mics, get out of your comfort zone. I've been to Austin a few times just to see what it's like out there, see if the jokes that I do here work over there.
Do they? Have you tasted that? What do you think about that?
In some places,
Okay.
But like from my experience over there, like it was just mostly all comics in the room, which is like very similar to some spots here in Houston too, with just all comics.
Gotcha.
But it's dude, I love it. I remember I tried the first time I tried it was like in 2019. I went to the Houston Improv.
Okay.
I did awful.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe I can try to not make it as bad next time.
That's good. Improvement.
Just like everything. Like I feel like, if you actually dedicate some time to it and actually enjoy doing this thing, you can actually make improvements. And just like anything, just like you want to play basketball or you want to do yoga or whatever, just keep trying, keep doing
practicing.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched a documentary with maybe Kevin Hart, I think he said. He typically tours. Like he doesn't do shows for once every 2 years or so, big ones, where he does just small checks to collect enough information from wherever he does his moving around, his data collection and things like that to see what he finds.
Yeah, those open mics, they're like a gym.
Right? Oh, there you go.
We're going in there to practice to get everything's ready for the competition, right? And that's what it is. So we want to work out these jokes, and it's an interesting dynamic. What I love about Texas is that the audience, whether it's all comics or actual audience, you'll actually hear laughter from a joke if it's funny. Versus in California, what I've realized is they're trying hard not to laugh. They don't want you to be successful. So you'll go up there and just kill. And I can see people just like, I'm not laughing at you, bro, because we're there all for the same audition. So it's like this different dynamic, and that's what I love about being in Texas. Like I feel the positive energy in every audience, whether it's comedians hoping for me to fail or actual members.
You know what? I'm actually a little bit split on that one in regards to for example, so I like to laugh, right? I like to laugh. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? Let me let this guy earn it.
Oh. Okay.
Whenever there's what you're watching on TV, right? You're not watching on TV, even if it doesn't cost me anything.
Bro, why you hate Joy so much? Why you?
Let me see how funny this person is. Not to be so easy going, ready to laugh. Let me see if we can. But then sometimes the comedy is so good that it's like, oh man, I forgot I was trying to not laugh, and then you laugh.
That's a good point. That's an interesting point. Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's gonna depend on the mood, Depends on the mood.
I don't know. I've never not tried to laugh. Like that's
yeah?
Right?
Yeah. No, it's. I've not listened before.
Yeah,
That's different.
like I'm not listening,
I'm
and
not listening,
sometimes it
and I'm not
creeps
seeing
in,
crack.
and then
that's different.
Then you laugh, but I've never been like, no matter what comes out his mouth, a smile should not pass by his lips. Like I've never just sat there.
No, they do that in California, bro, especially LA. It drives me crazy, man. I can't believe it. I'm like, I know y'all laughing. I see y'all. It's like, wow.
All right. So a year and a half, Houston. You've been doing it since 2018. So okay, I would say relatively still in the coming up stages.
Oh yeah,
still new.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say you've definitely made a great decision by coming on this show. They got to expand your exposure. They got to expand your exposure. Click down below. Check out the material. Let them know what you like. Let them know. What you love.
Don't let us know what you don't like.
No.
Yeah. Let us know what you like.
Positive.
And if you don't like it, just
Destructive.
keep it to yourself. I don't know what he's talking about.
By the way, one of the things that we always ask for is feedback. Okay, well, the feedback, the biggest feedback we get, these are the ones that I get. One, the sound. Oh, the sound. You have to make it so that people can hear it, so people can see it. And it was like, yeah.
That's why we got this high-tech sound wall right here.
That's how we get. You're welcome.
Spare no expense.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So it's really hard to check in the sense that we're trying
Can
to
you
do
hear me
this. Yeah, right. In the studio, it was really like we were able to get a good audio professional, right? But because we've evolved this strategy to try to create some differentiation and the equipment and things of that nature. I mean, we gotta keep testing, and it's just it's just part of the process, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Ready for our first segment?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Wait, I got one too, by the way.
So we're really excited,
guys.
guys. We finally have some sponsorship. Things are happening really fast.
Super fast.
This is kind of scary to me in a way. But we have our first sponsor. So our first one is called Eso.
Yes, sir.
Eso?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So Latinos know. Danny, you speak Spanish?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So Latinos know. Can we break this down for you? So Latinos have this phrase that we say. It basically means "and that," y eso, and we say that to everybody so that we want all of the information. So if you walk in with someone like a significant other, they'll walk up to you and say, "Y eso," like tell me everything about that person, right? Okay, so. I've selected some stuff from your social medias, and I want you to tell me, I'm going to read this out loud, and I want you to tell me what the hell's going on. ¿Y eso?
Wait, okay, so you got these off my Twitter?
Yeah.
Hey, the reality funny, baby. Here we go. With the good research. We're going to look up.
I use Twitter for a very specific type of outlet.
So, our very first segment, Y Eso, is brought to you by SuperFunkyFresh.com. Check out SuperFunkyFresh.com for all your Super Funky Fresh gear. For anybody under the age 30, Funky Fresh means lit. Alrighty. So, first, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Danny, go first. I love it. Okay, so Danny, on September 6th, 2021,
a year ago,
you changed your cover photo to a tweet from Soulja Boy that says, "I look like Goku mixed with Brad Pitt." ¿Y eso?
Dude, he's my idol, dude.
Tell us more about that.
Talking about Brad Pitt or Goku?
Or Soldier Boy.
All three of them.
Those are his trifecta. That's on the Mount Danny's Mount Rushmore right there.
Yeah, I tried being all three of them. Like,
By the way, nobody looks less like Goku and Soldier Boy and Brad Pitt and Soldier Boy. Nobody looks like less of a combination of those two.
Oh, this is great. This is great. All right, awesome. So you decided to change your cover, though. So that says a lot.
yeah. No,
Committed. Is what it means.
That's what I
Because
mean.
you had to go through the selection. Now that I think about it, you had to go through the selection process, and then you had to text it. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like my family that has added me on Facebook asked about that too.
Yeah.
They just have no idea what that means.
So, for those who don't know, who is Goku? What is that?
He's just like from an anime. He's like just a super strong alien character.
Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
The tail without the tail?
Without the tail.
Without the tail.
Yeah.
I gotcha. But he's got a tail version though, right?
Yeah.
But he- okay. Not that I know that much about Dragon Ball Z and Piccolo and all those guys. However.
You don't sound like a big fan at all.
Fake the funk.
Nah, I don't know anything about that stuff. All right, Kenjamin.
Oh boy.
So, on, what date is this? January 3rd, 2020. You said,
2020, 2 years ago.
you said, women are like reverse gremlins.
Reverse. Okay.
You're supposed to get them wet and feed them after midnight.
I posted that?
¿Y eso?
Well, I mean, you know you're supposed to avoid getting gremlins wet and feeding them after midnight.
So to the folks who don't know what gremlins are,
Who doesn't know who are your fan base?
these young chicks on
All right,
man.
so
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Gremlins was this movie that came out in the 80s, right? So it's this little cute animal.
1980s.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
It's a little cute animal, but the thing is, you couldn't get it wet because that's how it multiplied, and you couldn't feed it after midnight because then it would turn into like this horrible, disgusting monster.
Right,
So those are the things you had to avoid. But dealing with a woman, I mean, if you're with her after midnight, you better get her some tacos or something. And if she's dry, then what the fuck are you doing? So they are reverse gremlins. Like, you take everything you learned in that movie, reverse it, and you should be swimming in women.
See, this is why we have this segment.
Simple little analogy. Bam! Flip your life around, talking about, oh, wait a second, I clocked.
What the fuck was I on? I do not even remember.
I love that, dog. I love that. That was way better than I even thought it was going to be.
All right. You got the ESOs from Instagram. Both of them from Instagram?
Twitter, Facebook.
Gotcha. Those will be down below.
But I was stalking you for a while to find those out.
My Twitter, wow.
Yeah.
We have more ESOs. I have good news and bad news. Whenever we have more ESOs.
Did
you do me too, or just
no, I didn't do you. But one thing I did want to note is that these two gentlemen are champions of the America AF comedy competition, and that's at Rudyard's. That's usually hosted by Patrick, no?
Patrick, it's a monthly show, I believe.
Yeah, so Patrick Eady, you're going to see him on the Brunch Comedy Show as well. I was hoping he'd come here today, but he's stuck in an AC vent somewhere. He actually might come in here all sweaty. Yeah. We're hoping, crossing our fingers on that.
Gross.
Yeah, I know. So but these gentlemen have won that competition. So that's the last part of the ESO that I wanted to add to that. You have some good news, bad news?
I have some good news, bad news. I should do. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. It's a segment called Good News, Bad News.
This one is brought to us by the
Premium Advantage.
Yes.
Our other sponsor.
Another sponsor.
Sponsorships here.
This is happening too fast.
But the Premium Advantage. Good news, bad news. Are you ready?
Bring it.
Here we go. Good news. Summer is almost over, and kids will go back to school.
Yes, this is good.
Kids gotta go back to school. It's okay, all that good stuff.
Mama and daddy need to get their freak on.
Just saying, summer is almost over. One line, good news, bad news. Bad news, it's not actually over. We got 30 more days. It's okay. We should be able to make it. Everything should be fine. Good news, bad news. Summer is not over.
And it's also going to be 100 degrees like all week this week in Houston.
Oh, not by tomorrow. I think by tomorrow it'll be 99.9.
No, but like next week.
Yeah, they go back up to 100.
This is Texas.
Yeah, I know. We're going to get
6 more months of summer.
I brought a towel. I thought we were going to shoot outside.
Please.
So we're going to be all sweaty. All right, here we go. Good news. Good news. Tax holidays are coming. We got a tax holiday weekend. Oh, you got
tax holiday?
Tax sales.
Oh, tax free day. Yeah.
Tax free day. Well,
that's stuff under $99.
Under 100 per the website from the controller.
99 and under. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The sales tax holiday is August 5th through the 7th. Okay, for things under $100 for educational stuff. All right. So that's good news. That's the good news. The bad news is that you got to go through all these extra expenses because you got to buy all this equipment because kids are going back to school. So kids are going back to school, you gotta buy this equipment, you gotta get everything ready. You get 1 weekend, that's 3 days out of the year, to back them up so they can go learn.
And 99 and under.
Under 100.
That's such a hustle. Like a tax-free holiday? That's like your pimp giving you back some of your money. It's like, let's go buy something nice. Give me the rest of it.
For $3.
Give me the rest of the money I earned.
That's what it is. That's what they give you. So what they do is we also, the Premium Advantage, they do tax preparations, they do tax strategies. So one of the strategies is, if you're gonna go buy your kids a bunch of stuff for school, buy them those 3 days so you can pay the taxes, baby.
So that's in New York, 365.
Oh, really? 365?
Yeah, 365 days a year you can get your taxes like. That's why a lot of folks go out and buy their clothes and stuff in New York.
Oh, yeah?
Because of that discount.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought some Timbos. They were $99.99. And like they were $99.99 on the dot.
3 days in Texas, that's what you get.
Yeah, pretty much.
When I live here, you get 3 days in here. All right, cool. Good news. Let me see. That's it for the segment. Good news for bad news.
Nice.
For today. We're from the premium tax.
Excellent.
Sales tax savings.
So we have
Kids
multiple
going back to
segments
school.
available, folks. If you want to be a sponsor to one of our segments, hit us up in the links below.
All
Awesome.
right, cool. What else do we have available for today with regards to our...
I got one more segment.
Oh, you got another segment.
This is our last sponsor. We got to squeeze these in.
Coming in
So
fast.
our last sponsor is the US Weed Channel.
Oh, how
So
intriguing.
the US Weed Channel, this station streaming company, it can be found on Roku, the first media channel to entertain the cannabis community in the world, apparently.
Okay.
So check out the US Weed Channel. Thank y'all for sponsoring us and sponsoring the Brunch Comedy Show.
Fun.
They are sponsoring our new segment called A Florida Man.
A Florida?
Boy.
A Florida Man.
A man
Because
from Florida.
there's almost always a story in the news about a Florida man doing something fun and exciting. So I want to hear what the comedians have to say. There is a guy, a Florida man,
Florida man.
was arrested for possession of drugs. The reason is, or at least why it says the reason why the police were investigating this man is because he had a shirt on that says, "Who needs drugs? No, seriously, I have drugs."
Okay.
Florida man. Nice.
Wait, he was just wearing the shirt?
He was wearing the shirt.
Yes.
And they stopped him
And
for that?
they messed with him for that. Apparently he was selling drugs at a gas station. And they stopped him and they went and grabbed him and they said, "Well, who is it?" "It's the guy wearing the "Who needs drugs? No, seriously,
Okay.
I have drugs."
Oh, wow.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know how to feel about that because I feel like did he get that shirt made? Because usually you gotta buy shirts in bulk. You can't just buy one.
It looks like it's
Show it to the camera.
And then you
it looks
wanna-
like it's made. It looks like
All right.
it's
All right.
Close
Question. What drugs was he selling?
it didn't say that in the
Yeah.
story.
Oh, because if he's selling weed, come on, man. Now you just harass him. But if it was meth,
I mean,
then-
look at him. He looks like a meth guy.
well, yeah, but
Certainly does.
I'm not trying
but,
to judge.
but I'm just saying, if he is a meth guy, do you know how good it is that he got himself a little business plan? He got himself some
least he's
advertising.
thinking about marketing.
Kudos
for you, sir.
He's a like, are you kidding me? Meth heads don't usually do that.
He really believes in himself. I like that.
Yeah.
I admire him.
Is there a website? Do you have a website?
Oh, maybe.
It's probably a
What
functioning
is that?
meth head. You don't really see.
A Florida man charged with assault with a deadly weapon
Okay.
after throwing an alligator through a Wendy's drive-through. A Wendy's window
Okay.
drive-through.
Crocodile Dundee's in Florida?
He threw an alligator through the Wendy's drive-through window.
That's a great weapon.
Okay.
I mean,
That is a crazy. Look, if you can carry a gun, you should be able to carry an alligator.
in Texas especially, why not?
Well, does it say what they did? Like, did they not give him his frosty?
Was it the
Or
full
did-
alligator or was it just the boots or the feet that he
No,
was wearing?
but it said that there was more information because of the animal cruelty
Oh,
department
yeah,
that
okay.
came involved. It was more about the alligator than it was
Okay.
about the Wendy's employee.
Look, I like animals as much as the next person, but I honestly think we should take away everybody's gun and give them an alligator. If you can get revenge on somebody
With
by
an
throwing
alligator?
them an alligator, you have earned it.
Like-
And you worked for it, and you're
Yeah.
not leaving yourself defenseless.
How well trained was that alligator?
Yeah,
To just chill and like, go into them. I agree. She get a free Frosty or something, man.
Yeah. Make sure you send me that link. I'll put it in the
Yeah,
the-
okay.
I want to
All
be
right.
able to get a little bit more on this story.
Yeah, I have it. It's long. I just didn't read the
Yeah.
whole thing. All right, last one.
Yeah.
This is actually good news, bad news, kind of.
Oh, is it? All right,
Yeah, we're
go,
kind of
yeah.
mixing that together.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, last, a Florida man. A Florida man steals a car,
Okay.
realizes there's a baby in it,
Oh, okay. It's one. Okay.
drops off the baby safely,
Okay.
and then makes his getaway.
Gotcha.
That's on
Okay.
And there's the picture of the man.
Wow. Dropping out the
Oh yeah,
baby.
that's on the parents. He did the right thing. Who's leaving their
Martin Robinson.
Yeah.
Who's leaving their baby in the car?
You know what? And he took it with the stroller, not even just the baby.
Yeah, he took the whole thing. He took the whole thing.
I can't get this thing off. Got it.
All right, and this one is just funny. I wanted to end it, but this was just funny. Best use for a private plane. A Florida man is arrested after using a private plane to draw a giant penis on the radar.
On the radar. Okay. Wow. Best use for it. Wow.
Yes.
What is the pattern?
That takes practice. That's
I'm giving this guy more kudos. This is
Wait,
kudos.
did he get in trouble for that?
You got arrested for it.
What's illegal about
I
that?
don't
What is
know.
illegal about flying your own plane?
I don't have more info.
If you register the pattern, my curiosity is if you register the pattern, and he's just really trying to hook up with the girl at the flight place, right?
That
Hey,
is
It's in there.
This is like
First of all, that's the most creative
Thing
dick pic you've ever.
advanced dick pic.
You better call him because no man has put that much effort into his dick pic. Like,
There's no extra information, but I do have someone's comment here. It says, this has been done by many pilots.
Oh, wow.
We are basically children with wings anyway.
okay, there you go.
So I guess it's just, a thing to do when you become a pilot.
It's so hard to hold yourself back from drawing a dick on something when you have the opportunity.
Draw some titties and then I'll be,
Yeah.
because how you gonna get to the middle without drawing that straight line? That's what then I'll be impressed. Dive below radar range and then pop up.
And shout out to Kinjamin here for representing the LGBTQ and saying the penis and boobs together, like a transgender type of thing going on. Shout out.
I didn't mean it to say. I'm all for whatever you all for. I mean, that's a lot to do in one flight path, but hey, go for
I'm
it.
surprised that the USW channel sponsored this segment, to be honest with you.
They kind of didn't know. I'm going to ask for forgiveness after. They were just like, yeah, we'll pay for that segment.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
You don't know what segment you're paying for.
All right, that's 3.
Done.
All right, cool. So we got 3 segments in, 3 sponsors in. Boom. How much time we got? Bam. Let's see. Oh, we got about 20 more minutes. Man, did you bring some good material?
Look, I just showed up. I should be at work right now. My material is being here.
I want to be the 200 subscribers. So
Yeah, okay. Well, so you saying you're not subscribed yet? Oh, son of a mom.
I'm waiting. I'm being strategic right now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Get the link. Make sure you get the free registration link. Hey, I'm throwing them in. I'm subscribers in. Yeah, link to the channel, baby. Well, since we have a little bit of time to talk about, let's see. The memberships. What we got? If you live in Texas and you own your own business, or you're thinking of starting your own business, we have a membership available to support your growth and development. All right. This all is strategic development. Again, the conversations that we're having is talking about Houston, it's talking about what's happening, things that people are engaged with, trying to get some situations with clients, and people, see where we're at, see what we're doing, see if they are interested in creating this engagement. Okay. So our audience is growing, our strategic developments are growing. We have a membership available if you're interested on participating and engaging more. Okay. Check them out when you get a chance. Let us know if you have any questions with regards to these memberships. We have also affiliate programs. Affiliate programs allow for you to get additional streams of income. So it's not just activate your membership, get some services. You also have to activate your membership, get additional streams of income, get connected, get tools that we've developed over time so that you can create some strategies as you grow. It's a super complicated market, and we're trying to make a little bit of simplicity with this episode. So I appreciate you guys being here.
Because you have a team that put that together as well. It's not just necessarily the taxes, and you have a team with the marketing.
I mean, we have a whole segment of services which we're now extending a little bit in entertainment, fitness, health. Well, our core situation is cost management, insurance, taxes, tax preparation, but we include this membership to add more value. As opposed to, the tax people, more like, no, the strategic development people with plans that coordinate the local environment and create connections so that we do things more efficiently. So that's part of the membership. You guys should check it out. Let us know if you have any questions about those. Okay.
Beautiful. Awesome. I do have a current event question.
Yeah,
I would love to hear the comedians. Well, this whole thing, I think the Roe V Wade thing is a really hot topic. It's a really interesting topic. It's something that is really divisive in our country.
Yeah.
And I love to hear comedian perspectives because we often have a point of view that most people don't necessarily think about.
Yeah.
So I love to hear what y'all feel about it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a joke. You can definitely hit it from any perspective you prefer.
I would say
four men talk about abortion.
That's what I was going to say,
man. I was about to say.
That's
No matter, so long as everybody's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's not the basis of the problem to begin with.
Right. Go ahead.
Are you? Well,
the whole world is watching. Good luck.
No, I mean,
history making episode.
Here's the thing. Like, people are. First of all, it's some BS, like what the Supreme Court did, because usually when they reverse something, it's because a case comes up and they were forced to reconsider president.
They have a bigger picture in mind.
Right, but
Yeah.
there was no pressing case that forced them to re-examine it.
Right.
They got into power and then they just overturned it. I am vehemently against it because I feel like, and I don't know why Democrats, probably because they're a bunch of weak-willed pieces of crap anyway, but I believe the Ninth Amendment protects healthcare, right? And also body, autonomy. The fact that nobody ever brings up that it's kind of already protected by amendment it's really a piece of crap, and it's all part of supremacy and wanting to control a woman's body. Like why? Let them get abortions because A, maybe people don't want to be mothers. B, there's other reasons to get abortions. Sometimes the baby dies and you got to get it out of there. Also, accidents happen and, they're really dudes who should not be fucking fathers out there. Also, more women than you probably even realize have gotten abortions. People just need to talk to the women in their lives and they'll tell you about a situation. It just makes me want to get a gun because we're about to go into another armed conflict within this country. I'd say within 20, 30 years.
20, 30 years?
Yeah, if Trump doesn't go to jail or at least brought up charges for January 6th, yeah, things are going to go to shit in about 20, 30 years.
It's going to be intense.
Those two things are related.
Okay.
Definitely. Do you think that the Supreme Court has a bigger idea in mind? They're talking about possibly changing gay rights. This was their first stepping stone to kind of, like you said, doing things without any sort of pressing case.
And Roe v Wade was the precedent that kind of then decided those things.
Sure.
So I wouldn't be surprised. They even said, here's the most annoying part about this is they've been trying to do this for 50 years. They've not been quiet about it. This wasn't something sneaky. Ever since Roe v. Wade was decided, anti-abortion people said, well, we're going to get people on the Supreme Court in order to reverse this. They've been saying it loud and proud. This isn't a conspiracy. This is what they've been trying to do. And yes, Clarence Thomas came out and said, these are the other things we're going to look at. It's not some, people behind the scene pulling the strings. Yes, there are a lot of clandestine people, but the people who want this are telling you what they want, right to your face. The problem is the people who have the power to stop it are just
exactly.
Yeah, do you have some thoughts about it before thoughts and generate?
Well, that made me realize I should probably read more. That I should probably watch the news and I think it is a weird thing just trying to control their people in that way, or making it harder for women to get abortions. I think, I would have probably been a father at the age of 14 if those rules were enforced at the time.
14, brother?
Yeah, dude. I'm Mexican, dude.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Yeah, we definitely do. That's definitely a thing.
Just listening to Kenji, I agree with that.
Yeah, you're like what he said. What he said.
How old are you, Danny?
27.
So,
you should start reading.
Yeah.
I started reading at 25.
I would definitely say it's a complicated issue. It's not something that would technically, but I guess it does pertain to me. I have a daughter and things of that nature, which could affect her as things move along. Adding complications is definitely something that somebody in a position where that they did not put themselves in do not want to have to go through. You know what I mean? I've heard of situations now of girls that are underage having to leave from one state to the other.
Yeah, there's that 10-year-old girl who had to go to another state.
Yes. So that's
so
these situations complicate life for this little girl. So in my thought process with regards to you're mentioning the bigger picture and all that good stuff. It's hard to see it with a degree. I sense that there's some level of religious persecution in that. You know what I mean? Because there's the First Amendment is right to religion and the freedom of press and all that good stuff. And so I feel like there is an underlying situation with regards to a religious factor in this thing.
You mean pro or I'm just trying to clarify. You think it's religious persecution to outlaw abortion or to allow abortion?
Right, yeah, to outlaw abortion, no, to make it where people can't have them.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, to put the pressure on with regards to, because you have a religious belief that this is something that people shouldn't do, but then you go through the pieces of the legal process.
Right.
But your intentions have really nothing to do with the legal process. It's just the pieces that you use to fulfill this religious situation. I have a perception that this is something that influences this, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
Definitely.
Well, that's why we got to have that separation. And
that's exactly what it's surprising.
Well, so I'm like a huge history nerd. So don't.
Oh, sweet.
I history nerd. Okay, go.
I love history. So the problem is in this country. We only got 20 minutes left, so I'm trying to make this quick.
Yeah, make it three. You get three. But then it gets like we're two.
Just very high level, just because I'm still learning. I'm listening to audiobooks and stuff like that.
Okay.
One of the hugest disconnects in this country is the way the law has actually been laid out,
right,
and the way it's been executed.
Right.
Like we say, we've got the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, like. Nobody really cares about the third, fourth. People plead the fifth when they've been selling drugs.
Let me say whatever I want, and let me carry a packing gun so I can protect myself when I say it.
Right, exactly. But the problem is the way it's been executed and enforced. There have always been
different interpretations.
Well, there's always been exceptions, right? There's always been there's always been like this is the law, but not for them, not for these people, not for that. So people being surprised by like Roe V Wade, or when we say we should have separation of church and state, we should. That's the way it was written. The problem is the law hasn't been applied equally since its inception. Yeah. So there's always been those ways to say, oh, but not for these people.
Right.
And because we've never really addressed that or fixed that, it's going to keep happening until we rewrite the Constitution, which some people say we shouldn't, but Tom Jefferson said it should actually be rewritten every 20 years, and I don't even like him as a person, but he's not exactly wrong.
Every system has kinks, right? The sound may not be perfect right from the beginning.
No, that's what we've been getting. All our comments. That's the only comments we get.
It's like too far, too close.
It's nightmares about audio.
We try to go every single time and do a little bit more stuff. I'm just saying. Every 20 years, every 50 years, but it has been a while. I wouldn't say start from scratch. I think we're in a position where they could potentially bring mayhem and disorder if we start from scratch. But definitely some. It's just that people are always going to try to flex some way, to break the rules or bend the way. So I think work with what we got for as long as we can.
We
better position pieces.
We the people have the power. That's just what we keep.
Forgetting.
Right. Like the Constitution itself was them restarting from scratch after the Articles of the Confederacy didn't work for 10 years, and there was complete chaos after the Revolutionary War. So it was like, hey, this isn't working. We got to start from scratch. Right. We can do it. We can demand that they do it. Yeah. They tried in January 6th. The problem is it was just the wrong side.
A little misguided.
I know minorities, black people, we just run up in there with guns.
We could have done this the whole time. What?
We know we wouldn't have gotten that close, but
but the thought that we could have.
Yeah, but we can do it peacefully as if we all come together and we just say, hey, let's.
Yeah, my impression that it was a very simplistic way of saying, we can all work together, but people's incentives, people's influences, their connections, their networks, improbable. It's kind of like the Tower from Babel, with regards to going back to the tower where the miscommunication and hey, these are my incentives and these are my incentives. We're too far broad. It's the reason why I feel like just in the local environment. Try to coordinate our local processes here legally with regards to what happens around here, because to try to talk about the whole country and the whole country is humongous. You're always going to have somebody giving you pushback with regards to changing anything.
Well, the big word you say that I feel is incentives, right? Because the people who are in power are senators, are Congress people. They're all about their incentives. I mean, a Democrat, Republican, they're both politicians trying to keep their job. They're both just trying to appease whoever got them there, and playing their. You hear about Pelosi and that stock market thing. Did you hear about that?
Was this recent?
Yeah, I know. Recent. But she's been doing it.
Yeah, I know she's guilty of. Both sides are guilty.
Everybody's always guilty
of inside trading.
The frustrating part is that for me is that both these sides say, all right, it's kind of like Bloods and Crips. They're like, no matter what that side says, they're wrong. like, wait, they're educated too. They got elected too. How are they absolutely wrong just because they're on that side?
Some of the motherfuckers are absolutely wrong.
Oh, well, of course. Absolutely.
This is my thing. I know it's a huge country, but I do think we agree on a lot more things than we realize.
That's right.
The problem is the people trying to hold on to power.
Right.
You know how we fix that?
Yeah.
The pandemic showed us how we fix that.
Oh, okay.
This country hates helping people, but when we couldn't work, how quickly did we get universal health care in that one instance?
Yeah, man.
How quickly did we all get that vaccine?
Yeah, man.
If we all just stopped working and said we're not going back to work until you reverse Wade.
Well, we definitely had an
like
episode
that.
about
Bezos don't care about it, but he wants you in that factory, and he will use his money to get that reversed. And if we just did that, I wouldn't say on every issue, but on every issue we agreed on.
Yeah.
Because people was like, well, you can't do that for everything. Yeah, you can't do that for everything, but on the issues we agree on, there's enough people to make.
You hear about those numbers all the
change.
time. It's like 80-90% of Americans agree with this thing.
Yeah,
and
agree
the
with, like,
politicians
gun
are
control.
voting the opposite way.
So what I just heard was that we need a deadly virus to push us all together. Each instance for a particular item, we go, okay, we want to do this. Okay, let's do coronavirus number 21 so everybody can piece it together and work on that one.
That virus could be intelligent thought, but
well, that's and there you go. That's right.
Isn't that what happened in Ireland? Though somebody can fact check me on this.
Sure,
when they got rid of abortion, like the women just in the country stopped working for like 2 weeks before they reversed it. I heard that somewhere. That could possibly be wrong. Somebody fact check me.
I'm looking for the Ninth Amendment.
What's the Ninth Amendment?
Yeah, I was gonna look it up, but I started talking. So
look up the Ninth Amendment. People don't know about these amendments. Yeah. There's only like 5 good ones. The rest of them are just
one of the arguments that one of my friends made was, hey, well, then why can't we force guys to snippity if we're not forcing women to do well, you can't do the abortion situation? And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a reasonable argument.
And vasectomies are reversible.
I mean, it's not I wouldn't say it's an exact argument. It's a reason. I mean, but it is something where us as men do not have to. It doesn't really hit us as direct as it does. You know what I mean? And that, I just feel that that's not adequate. You know. Mm-hmm. Anywho, all right. So what other segments do we have aside from? I was talking about women, which I love.
Segments are done. I was wondering maybe sports.
Oh yeah, what about with the sports and the Astros?
Are y'all Astros fans?
I do not watch a lot of sports.
Although basketball, football?
Most sports I do not watch. I do live right across the street from Minute Maid Park, so I hear fireworks when they win, and the traffic they fuck up my traffic when they all go to the stadium. But baseball's so boring to watch.
Yeah, it is, and I played baseball.
Sorry,
no, it is.
If you play it, but
how are we doing in the season? Are we going to be?
We're awesome.
Oh yeah,
we're killing it.
Are we cheating good this year?
We're cheating good.
Oh yeah, we're banging on the track.
Bastard it. Yeah, we got it down pat. You know what I mean? But have you gone to any games?
Oh no.
No, it's for me. You know, it's they're trying to work on that. They're trying to speed up the game, so they're gonna have a pitch clock. They're gonna have certain runners on at certain times. They're really trying to work on the speed of the game to try and make it faster. But even if it's
not gonna work,
I know that's what I said. I'm like, you're going from 4 hours to 3:40. I don't see people still, but. But the Astros are on fire. I feel like we're gonna be World Series champions this year. I really feel it. Like we're really good this year.
Okay. So you would put money on it?
I did.
You gotta. I'm just saying.
So in 2017, I won $4,000 on that bet.
Okay.
For the Astros, I put it at the very beginning of the season, and ever since then, I've been doing it every year. And of course, I missed out the last few. But
give that money right back.
Vegas wins every time. But I'm praying for this one this year too, because that'll be a nice one this year. Also the Rockets. We got was it the third pick or the second? I think we got the third pick.
Okay.
And this kid, his name is Jabari Smith. This kid, he's like 6'10". So the Rockets, I'm really excited about the Rockets because we finally have our system in place. So we're going to run something like the Chicago Bulls did back in the Michael Jordan days, where we have no really big guys, just like super athletic guys, all cutting to the basket, dunks, and threes. So this kid, Jabari Smith, he's like 6'10" and all defense and can just shoot from three. He can shoot from half court. So I'm really excited about this kid. And then we still have all our other kids. And then there's a possibility we're going to trade away Eric Gordon. He's our 3-point specialist. He's our only veteran. But if once we get rid of, or if they trade him, we're going to move some pieces around. But I'm really excited. The NBA season next year is going to be amazing. But the Rockets, I think, are going to be real contenders in like 2 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Do you guys have anything else that you guys would like
You have
to
any
share?
gigs coming up?
Yeah,
You'd like to promote?
Awesome. What are you guys coming up?
I can't think of any right now. I have like a bi-weekly show
cool.
at Leon's Lounge.
Oh, down the street, on Midtown, right?
Yeah, it's on McGowan Street.
Which days? Yeah.
I think the next one. What's today? I think the next one's on the 28th.
Okay.
It's like every other Thursday. So.
All right.
Yeah, it's like a consistent thing for now. Oh, yeah, it's like a consistent thing for now. So yeah, every other week, we'll be there with 4 of the guys that produce the show, and then 4 other features.
So it's a showcase.
Yeah, it's a showcase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
Yeah, so it's been going pretty good. It's like a small, intimate room, and it's been getting packed out. And by that, I mean 25 to 30 people in the room. It looks nice. It looks nice and filled out. So yeah, come check it out.
For the audience members who don't know, when we pack locations like that, our goal is to be just top notch, right? Because it's a showcase. So this isn't. He's talking about it. It's not an open mic. So these aren't comedians who are practicing or aren't necessarily the best of the best. These are actually a showcase. These are actually the best of the best comedians. So come on out there and see Danny and friends over at Leon's Lounge. Benjamin, I know you have a regular was it open mic?
It's a regular open mic right across the street from Leon's Lounge.
Oh, okay.
At the Garden every Tuesday starting at 8. We do an open mic. So unlike a showcase, it's either new or seasoned comedians trying out new material. What else? We're 90% sure we're probably going to bring back the Off-White Diversity Showcase to the Secret Group starting in August. So it's basically a diversity showcase called Off-White. You get the theme. No white people. What does white mean? I get to choose. So I will be determining your level of whiteness.
Y'all had this before? The show before?
Before the pandemic, before the end of days, we had this. I ran it for about a year, so now we're gonna bring it back. I think it's coming back Saturday, every week. Saturday.
Are there links where people can register, or how would they get access?
Well, you can probably go on the Secret Group website or when it's up and running.
Gotcha.
They just asked me about it, so we're gonna start back probably in August. Cool. So you can just keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna do more long form, so fewer comics doing longer, like 20-minute.
Oh,
sets.
nice.
Give people like a real chance to stretch their legs.
Yeah.
That's how I like to run shows. Less comics, more time.
All right, cool.
That's beautiful. I'll be there. I want to check that out. I've done that show before. It's a great show. It's always like, I love that facility, that venue. It's very, let's say like eclectic feeling. It's very zen. I love the energy in that facility. So go check it out. We'll have the links in the description below. I have a show coming up on Friday. I'm hosting a salsa event. Look on my website, hahacinto.com, or on my IG, hahacinto on everything.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. Don't forget, we have at least 4, 5, 6 events in the next 3, 4, 5 months. Check out the descriptions. Engage. Let us know if you have any questions. Stay in touch. Oh, don't forget, subscribe. See you guys.